All right. Welcome everyone to today's September 29th, Technical Tuesday. We're now having them at 7 p.m. I was doing them before at 7 p.m., but kind of took like a break from doing them just because I was traveling and really busy. Now I'm back at it. I know some of you guys were grateful that we got this back up. I think the last recorded one on YouTube was probably about like 2 months ago or so. So pretty excited to get this new one back up. Zeus asked, how was Dubai? And Dubai was awesome. It was a pretty fun trip. I was out for about 3 weeks traveling, which I'm actually pretty grateful to be able to do that. I know not many people can do that just because it's pretty difficult with being able to travel and make money at the same time. Not many people have that like online income, but obviously a lot of you guys are in here learning. Some of you guys are already doing it, being able to make money with trading. So um, you guys pay attention. Stuff is life changing once you get into Forex and really take advantage of it. Let me admit these last couple people here and then we're going to start. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, let's put in the chat room where you guys are tuning in from. What part of the world? We have a good amount of people in here. Let's see, Texas, Jersey, Irvine Penthouse, right next to me. California, Vancouver, Miami, Florida. Let's see if we see some crazy ones. Laguna Niguel, that's pretty close by. Los Angeles, I was there yesterday. San Francisco, North Carolina, Nigeria, that's pretty far. Vancouver, Canada, Downey, Riverside, Vegas, Brooklyn, Australia, New York, Newark. Not sure where that's at. Oh, Newark. Tulu, Mexico, India. Sheesh. Very cool. There's a good amount of places that I still want to go visit. I know Dubai was a pretty big one, and next one probably Mexico. I'm actually planning a trip to go out to Hawaii again with my family, so that's going to be pretty cool. Puerto Rico is one of the places I want to go. We're thinking Cancun. Nigeria, I've never been there, but check it out. Okay. And as someone just privately messaged me saying if they could record, that's really up to you, but I already record this and I post it on YouTube, so you don't have to. You can watch the recording on YouTube. Okay. And by the way, for those that don't know how to find it, if you go to YouTube, you can look up Market Masters Academy, or you can look up youtube.com/Market Masters Academy, and it'll be on there. I actually just recently shared a wedding video on there. Kind of random for a business page, but yeah, I'll share like some personal stuff, some or most about business. All right, let me admit these final people and then we get started. Okay, so let's start. So during the London session, we do have some high impact on euro See, President Lagarde speaks. Then later on during the New York session, we have some medium impact on USD, some CAD, USD again. For these kind of like medium impacts, seeing that it's like USD and CAD, you can look up the pair USD CAD and just kind of get an idea of what's expected to happen just based off your analysis before the news hits. So that's kind of the beauty of trading and being able to predict. And what we do is the technical analysis and seeing what's expected to happen. So for now, for the London session, we're going to look at Euro and then some of the USDs and CADs. So let's go ahead and get started. And if you guys have any questions at all, just let me know. Now with GBP USD, I've been looking at this one for a while now. Should have some markups from earlier when I was explaining something. By the way, I might explain something right now while I have some of these notes over here. I was explaining it to someone earlier today. I don't know if they're in here, but yeah. So with GBP USD, move all this. Okay, so my prediction for a while was to was for GBP USD to come up, hit this area, and then drop down. So I've been shorting ever since this area. So I had these lines when it was on its way up, and then it hit here, and now it's dropping down. So now I'm looking for GBP USD to break this area right here. We can kind of see on the 200 moving average. On the 200 moving average, it's at this area here. This is also like that support. It's at support area, so it was resistance over here, support here. So we're just looking for this to break through to continue into the downtrend. And then overall target for this area down here. Now it's at that major support area, so that's why I'm looking for that area to break through. Yeah, so as of now, just kind of waiting. I know it's consolidating on the 1 hour in this area here. Let's see. So overall, this entire area here is basically consolidating. Just waiting to see what's going to happen, but it should be breaking through here and then just continuing into the downtrend. So as of now, my main target's going to be down at this low. Down at this low, should be expecting that, and then continuing to drop down. But let's look at the euros, since euro is going to be the main ones to look at for the London session. I'm going to go ahead and erase everything. Now we can see there was a strong bullish uptrend right here. Broke through this area here. Currently right now it's on the retest area, which this is also another thing that that kind of gives me my idea of GBP USD dropping down, is because Euro USD is also looking to drop down. Let me pull something up real quick for those that don't know about this. Okay, so from previous live analysis, I mentioned about the correlation pairs, how there's certain pairs that move together, which means that, you know, if like we'll see this left side, if Euro USD is going in a downtrend, GBP USD is also expected to go in a downtrend or going in a downtrend already. And then there's pairs that don't move together. So like Euro USD and then USD CHF. So if Euro USD is going on a downtrend, USD CHF is going in an uptrend. So just keeping this in mind, and I basically have it memorized in the back of my head. You don't have to have it memorized. You can have it printed out or in front of you. But with this, so Euro USD, if Euro USD is in an area where it broke through, which by the way, the breakthrough should be from the distance of the top to the bottom. It's what it should go down. So it should still continue to go down. It hasn't hit its take profit just yet. And that's normal. Sometimes it looks like it's about to hit just straight going through, but that doesn't happen with the trend. It always goes down, up. And usually for a breakout like this, there's a retest that happens, which is where it's currently at now. Price is moving up. And if you can see with this 200 moving average, I like looking at this, especially when you see it curving around. This is, I would say, the best moving average look at where the trend is going and probably going to hit off of. So with the 200 MA, you can see that the price is looking to meet up with that 200. It's also going to hit around this this neckline here and do its retest. With the retest, we should be seeing the price come up to this area here and then drop down, and then overall hitting that take profit area. So zooming in closer onto this area, let me get my resistance line here. So I have my resistance line. I know that it's expected to retest. Now I got to get my fibs just to see which area it's at. Now I'm still going to draw this box in between this 61.8 and 50% area, just because the price might go up to here and then reverse. So that's just like the main area. I'm expecting for it to go a little bit higher. But that's fine. If price moves up like this, and it might peak out a little bit and then maybe start going into the downtrend from there. But overall, looking for sales on Euro USD and then GBP USD, just because GBP USD and Euro USD move together. So as of now, I'm looking at GBP USD on a different chart just because I have a trade active right now. You can see it's not that big of a lot size on this account right now, but it's a 3.6 that I currently have open. Let me move back. But yeah, should be expecting for this one to drop down, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys are going to be placing the trade just because you saw that. You guys see, I actually haven't been posting a lot of the results. I'm just trading, doing my own thing, traveling, so I'm not really posting as much on that portion. You guys probably noticed I don't even post as much cash as well. I've actually learned my lesson with posting cash. Had a robbery where they took over 100K, just because of posting on social media. So anyways, so GBP USD, expecting for this one to drop down. Same with Euro USD. Euro USD does look a lot nicer for a sell than GBP USD, just because right now it's at the retest level. Okay. So getting towards like the London session, it might be spiking up. We might actually see that spike going up during the London session, and then around like USD time, that's when it's going to go down. So we'll see what's going to happen. It's based off the price action there. But if you were to just get in right now, there is a chance that it's going to continue going up. But let's just say if you were to get in right now, there's still a good risk to reward right here. Let's say you put stop loss. Whoops, put the wrong way. Need a short. So let's say if you were to get in now, stop loss should be somewhere above this area here, just because it's above resistance, above the 200, above all these areas, and then take profit all the way down there. Risk to reward is pretty good. Um, you can't go wrong with this type of risk to reward. Your chances of winning are going to be higher than losing just off of this analysis. Lots of confirmations, lots of things to tell you to get in. Okay. Actually, yeah, I'll show you guys right now. Normally I don't get in early, but I'll place, I just placed another trade for 3.6 on Euro USD in this area. Now the 3.6, it's actually something that I am going to discuss with you guys in a bit when it comes to risk management, because I know there's a lot of people that are trading, but they're not doing the right lot sizes. And I do explain it in the training, like based off of your account size, what lot size you should be using. But the way that I explain in the training might be a little confusing for some people, because I mentioned the strategy where I use 5 different accounts. So I'm not fully relying on one account to make all my money. I have different accounts, use higher risk, but the risk percentage isn't as much because I have 5 different accounts. So when it's, if it's max 20% that I'm risking on one account, it's actually like 5% on everything. So that's not that much. Okay. So anyways, let's look at other stuff. Any pairs that you guys want me to check out? You can put it in the chat box area. Euro GBP, that was the first one. I would check that one out. Everyone else, you have to be a little faster. Euro GBP. I just erased everything just so you guys can see the full breakdown analysis. Get me to work some more. But yeah, looking at the bigger time frame, and the reason why I went out to the weekly is because the daily, I can notice that there was more previous action over here, previous like resistance. So when I go out to the weekly, it gives me more of an outline. If I check out the monthly real quick, that's kind of good. I'm just going to mark off this area here as major resistance. Okay, so I'm gonna mark off resistance area here. Let's say this entire area right here is area to look at for reaction. You can even notice that price shoots up to this area and then shoots down. Right now, price is up in this area, might be shooting down. So looking at it here, okay, so we see kind of crazy fluctuations with this lower high, higher low, higher high. Might do a higher low and continue going up, but it's very unpredictable, being that it's at an area where we notice a lot of strong impact in this purple area. So not such a safe trade to just place a buy. Okay. When I see stuff like that, that's not so clear, like how we looked at Euro USD, then I'm not going to get in. Okay. Euro USD, it's pretty easy. Let me actually stick to my plan. I'm going to modify my trade here. Make sure to put my stop loss and take profit. That's something that you guys want to make sure not to miss, is putting a stop loss and take profit. I know a lot of people are like scalping, or they're like just trying to get in real quick and out, but you always want to keep yourself safe and have that stop loss in place. I learned my lesson. If you've taken any of my training, I forgot which video, but one of them I mentioned when I had got in on oil, I lost somewhere around 40 something thousand because a trade it kept staying open, and I placed a trade during during a webinar. So it was like a webinar, and there was like some bombing that happened in I forgot where it happened, but there was a bombing that happened, and I think it was Saudi Arabia or something like that. Um, and then the oil price just tanked. Let me adjust this real quick so I don't. It's just up. Now, if if you've gone through the training, I mentioned about uh, give me one sec, you guys. I think I did this wrong. Uh, yeah, one sec. Sorry about the moment of silence here. Just concentrating a bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what was I saying? Can someone remind me? Something about just lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah. Um, yeah, so with oil, so that's where I learned my lesson. I placed a trade during a webinar, and just being disciplined with the fact that you have to have a stop loss in place and have a take profit and have your risk to reward all planned out before. You guys kind of saw like me plan it out right on the spot. Um, anything that's past a 1-to-1, like this one's kind of like a 1-to-2. If you think about it, it's like close to 1,000 micropips and then close to 2,000 micropips, or 100 pips, 200 pips. It's basically a 1-to-2. Um, I'm gonna get into some training portion right now, just so you guys can understand here. Um, but there's an app that I want you guys to get downloaded on your phone. It's called Stinu. Now I'm working on creating my own thing very similar to Stinu, where it's a risk calculator app, because I've noticed that there's a lot of people that are just not they're not placing the right lot sizes. They're not keeping track of their trades. They're just kind of just going in randomly, just thinking that, just because I have a $1,000 account, I should be placing a 1.0. And in my training, I do mention, you know, if you have a $1,000 account, max lot size should be a 1.0. But I do mention the training that that's 1.0 max, and it's 1.0 max if you're catching 200 micropips. If you're not catching 200 micropips, then that's not good. The app's called Stinu, Stinu. I'll show you guys that trade that's active right now on Euro USD. Oh, where did it go? Shoot, let me find. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so Stinu, if you look that up, should be available for Android and iPhone. But with the Stinu app, basically what you use it for is to keep track of what lot size you should be using. So, um, did you guys download it right now? I know some of you guys are probably downloading it on the spot. I would actually suggest for you guys to download it now. Might as well, just so I can kind of walk you guys through it. Let me see if I can share my screen here. You share. iPhone or iPad. Oh, shoot. All right. Let me try this again. iPhone, iPad. There we go. If you guys can see my screen, just put a 1 in the chat area. Perfect. All right. So so this app is only available on your phone right now. I don't think there's a computer version of this, but anyway, so the way that it works is you're gonna want to put your account balance. So let's just start off with a random amount. So I'm just gonna say it's let's say 16,754. All right, so $16,754 account. Now, for a lot of you guys starting off, I would suggest not passing 5% of risk. Okay, so 5% on the risk, stop loss and pips. Now, you guys can't see on my other screen, but that Euro USD trade that I had pointed on there, it was good risk to reward. Let me actually put do not disturb just so I don't get any notifications. Um, but it's somewhere around like 100 micropips. I mean 1,000 micropips, so it's 100 regular pips. Mention the training that one regular pip is equal to 10 micropips. So if you see 993 points or pips, micropips, it's actually uh, close to 100. So for this one that we have here, I put 100 because it's close to 1,000 micropips. And then you select the currency pair. So then we put Euro USD, and then you press calculate. So the amount that you would be risking with 5% on that account size, I think it was 16,000 whatever. The max that you would lose on that trade would be $837.70. You can see it on the top right area there, and then there's it tells you what lot size to use. So the lot size to use is a 0.83. It says 0.838. The third number you don't count, so it's 0.83. Or you can round off the 8 to the nearest tenths, so it could be 0.84. So when you place your trade, now you know you're going to be using a 0.84. All right. So now I'm going to go back to sharing my screen here on my computer. And so what we have here is 0.84. All right, so 0.84. And I mentioned the stop. So you would lose somewhere around, if you were to lose, you lose somewhere around 837 and 70. Whoops. $837.70. Somewhere around that amount. Now I'm going to do the math. This, I would say, is, I'll put it exactly where it was at. So it was like 1,000. 1,000. Okay, so it's exactly at 10 pips, 1,000 micropips. So if I pull up the calculator, and if I do 0.84 times 1,000 micropips, that equals to 840 that you would lose if this hits stop loss. But you can see it's basically close to 837. I actually increased the lot size just a bit, so I'm gonna decrease it now. Let's do 0.83 times 1,000. It's 830. So it's somewhere in between that area. All right. So now we know how much we would lose. The app doesn't tell you how much you would win. That's up to you. But that's why I always mention you want to make sure that you have at least a 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-1 risk ratio, risk to reward ratio. And what that means is if you lose 840 $840, that means you would also make 840 if you do hit your take profit, and it's a 1-to-1. All right, so this is basic stuff. Some of you guys already know about this. Some of you guys need to know about this because this is super, super important. So 1-to-1, and I actually don't suggest 1-to-1. That's like the very, very minimum, because if you're a 50% winning trader, 1-to-1, you're just going to be breaking even. And if you're breaking even, then what's the point of trading? Like, I get it, you're practicing, but at the same time, you're putting in this time into trading that you would make more working at a job, putting in the time there because you're getting paid at least. So it's like if you're working at a job and you're not getting paid. Like, does it make sense? No. So that's being 50% winning trader. Now, if you even if you're a 50% winning trader, but now you're doing a 1-to-2 risk to reward, that means like you lose $1 or you can make $2. In this case, you would lose 840, or you would make what's 840 times 2? That's somewhere 840 times 2, 1680. So not a bad deal, right? And even being 50% winning trader, that means you lose one, you win one every single time. You're still going to become profitable doing it this way. Okay, so just very basic. Don't pass 5%, and keep it very minimum 1-to-2. You never want to have the green. You never want to have the green shorter than the red. All right, if you have it like this, it's going to be horrible. Make sure it's like that, and then also for the stop loss, give it some room to breathe. Don't make it so tight to the entry. You always want to give it some room to breathe. And then obviously the trades, you want to make sure that they're trades that are most likely going to win. And the way that you get it to most likely to win is by using the strategies. Strategies that I use, if you backtest everything, you'll notice that they're pretty consistent in hitting the take profit areas because of the fact that that strategy is pretty good. So one of the strategies, like major market patterns, I'll just point one out real quick. Let's see one here. Okay, inverted head and shoulders right here, left head, right shoulder, neckline's right there. Distance from head to neckline is the distance that it should go up. Almost every single time, you'll notice that it hits that take profit area. So right now, where the current price is at, this is This is kind of like a triple top that's going on the bigger time frame. It's like one, let me show you, 1, 2, 3. Kind of have like a little fourth one right there, but it's mainly 3 tops right there. We can actually see the divergence that happened while this was going up a bit, and the distance from there to neckline is the distance that it should drop, which is where I have that kind of where the take profits at down here. All right. I see the chat's pretty quiet. you guys learning. But yeah, any questions from what I mentioned? Anything that didn't make that much sense that you want me to clarify a bit more? No, we're good. If you guys fully got it down, put a 2 in the chat box area. And it hasn't hit its take profit yet for part 2. Or I mean, Euro USD hasn't hit take profit yet. If you, okay, someone just said if you buy on Euro USD, where should I be selling? You're not buying if you're looking to sell right now. So that doesn't make sense. Oh, you're buying the reversal. So here's the thing with Euro USD. It's pretty risky. I know I call myself Risky Ricky, but it's pretty risky if you're buying when it's going on a downtrend. So you want to mainly look for sells. Sell on downtrend, buy on uptrend. Now I know like bigger, like this is an uptrend here, but it's going into a downtrend. That's like weekly. Like that's so much data right there. But currently right now on the daily or 4-hour, it's doing lower lows, lower highs. Lower low, what's most likely going to happen? Lower high. So don't want to complicate that process. Unless the weekly is showing you like a clear uptrend formation, which is, it's just like a spike that went up. It's not showing you like a consistent anything like this. If it was showing me something like this and it's coming down, then I'm looking to buy somewhere around there if it's showing me clearly. All right. 200 micropips isn't always the thing. 200 is if you're like kind of scalping the market, just going in and out. Like the this trade that I just pointed out here, this one is not 200 micropips. This one's 2,000. So it's definitely a lot more than 200. You don't have to get 200, but I mentioned in the training, if you were to do 200, you can place bigger lot sizes and make more faster compared to longer or bigger trades and making less. With getting into those trades where it's like 200 micropips, you have to really snipe in. So for a trade like this, like Euro USD, I can wait and I can snipe it in. I can like wait for this to come down, maybe come up, give me a head, give me a right shoulder, and then I'll get in right here, break a neckline, and then I would just get in real quick, which I still place those trades, but when I know overall it's expected to drop down, that's when I can get in earlier, or I don't have to wait for it as much as if you're scalping. When you're scalping, you have to kind of be glued on your chart. Someone privately messaged me saying if Dax Romero is actually one of the coaches. Yes, he is. He's on the website. Anyone that's on the website, you can trust. If you see under our teams area, he is on there. All right. Yeah, so let me check out USD JPY, and I'll check out USD CAD. It's one last time. Final pairs here. Let's see, JPY. Okay, I'll just bring this over just because it has like the general area that I pointed out here. But there's like a major support area here. That's where the current price is at on USD JPY. We do have a resistance. Move this. We have a resistance area, so currently the price is at that resistance area. Might see a rejection off of here just because it's at that strong resistance, hit the support. Zoom in closer. Yeah, so because it's at that strong resistance, we're just kind of waiting for this to drop down here. Looks like it's just kind of playing around in here. Let's see one thing. So there is that divergence here, this kind of entire area here while it's going up, just keeps going higher and higher. This is showing that it's going down. Might show better on the daily. No, it didn't. But yeah, USD JPY is at a strong resistance. Might be seeing this drop down just based off the reaction that we're seeing here. It looks like this is kind of like the stop hunting that's happening here. A lot of entries were here for buys, or a lot of stop losses were here. A lot of stop losses were here, so market just spiked, got those entries, and then reversed. Someone said screen froze. Let me try sharing again. Can you guys see now? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so this is like that stop hunting area that I feel happened here. Just going for entries, going for the buys, hitting the stop losses. People place like buy stops up there. So now I'm just kind of gonna see what's gonna happen. It might be during the the New York session that we're gonna notice that one drop down. What was the other one I was gonna check out? USD CAD doesn't move as much, but check this out. Okay, so go back out further. Getting my resistance here, support there. Actually draw this box here. Okay, so price broke above this resistance area, looks to continue going up. It's here at this area there where I'm seeing some divergence going on. Let me see. Now we could, if this this breaks through here, I can see it dropping down somewhere around here, but yeah, this one's let's see, USD, see JPY. Yeah, we'll see during like the London session. I mean, the New York session, I might call out some stuff, but it looks like it looks like this one's expected to probably drop. We're just gonna kind of see about that, but not as confident with these as I am with like these other trades that I placed with USD CAD and GU. So just gonna look at what happens there. If it does hit my take profit, you'll see 6,600 off of this trade. GU be somewhere around the same amount. It's a 5, so it would be a 5-figure day. But yeah, we're gonna see how these play out, and yeah, do you guys have any questions before we get off here? So I'm gonna get off, get this video uploaded, put it onto YouTube. You guys can rewatch it. I actually suggest if you didn't fully get down the Stenu stuff, the examples, like go back, rewatch that portion because that part's really important. Also, if something else that helps out is having a trade journal. So I still have a few left. If you go onto the Shop for Investors website, but this is a good way to track your trades, just like how you're using the how you're going to be using the Stenu. You would want a trade journal to keep track of each of your trades. And the reason why that's important is because when you're keeping track of each of your trades, now you can do it digitally through like, if you were to publish ideas, but it's a little harder because you're not physically seeing it in front of you. You would have to get on your computer and stuff. The book is always like in front of you on the desk. So I'll show you guys, there should be some pictures here. But it's basically you draw out the certain thing. It keeps you accountable. I mentioned in my training to look for 3+ confirmations. You only get in after you have 3 or more confirmations. You don't get in otherwise. So it keeps you accountable there. It even mentions 3+ confirmations, and you're able to see your outcome. So whatever your outcome is, you want to make sure you put it there, whether it's a losing trade, winning trade. You can actually like put a big X on the page if you want, just to show you that it's a losing page or losing trade. And then this way, when you're counting it up, when you're counting up your losing trade and your winning trades, like you can count it up for the entire month. And then this way you have your risk to reward. So like, let's say for the entire month you have 40 trades, and you go through all the 40 trades and you see how many you lost. So let's say out of the 40 trades, you won, you lost 10. So 10 loss. And then you can easily put 10 out of 40. And then from there, you can get like your win ratio, 10 out of 40 trades, or let's make it 30. So you win 30 out of 40 of your trades. So what's the math on that? 30 out of 40. That's 75%. So you would know your win ratio is at 75%, 75% win ratio. And if you have a 75% win ratio, you could be doing one-to-one on each of your trades and still be profitable because you have a high win ratio. So you can give yourself some slack on a lot of these trades. And actually, when you do have a one-to-one, sometimes you win most of your trades doing it that way, just because you have room to breathe on each side. Okay. I don't have any discount codes. If I did, I would give you guys that, but yeah, don't have anything for the trade journals. I did have like a pre-order for people that pre-ordered it. They got it at like a cheaper price, but that's because the journals weren't created, so they kind of like invested before they came out. But yeah, so many people ordered. Still got still got a good amount in my storage room. But anyways, how'd you get the chart signal strength on the left side? Oh, this chart's this signal strength here. That's actually something that I'm going to have inside the next 7-day FX mastery. When I recreate it and have the live one, I'm gonna have that one also included and kind of show like how to use this one. But it's pretty helpful. It's basically something that can call signals for you. It tells you like sell here, buy here. Like this one right here gave a green up arrow to buy right when the spike happened. Um, so it's pretty useful when it comes to buying and selling. But again, I don't go off of indicators. Like that's not my main focus. My main thing is my price action, what I see on the chart before I actually look at any other indicator. So it's just going to be like an add-on bonus to help out people with trading. Um, quick announcement: the Circle Chat platform isn't completed yet, but once it comes out, it's going to be awesome. You guys can check it out, but you guys won't be able to get in. Maybe you might. I'm not sure. Hopefully they didn't allow the entrance of it just yet. But this is going to be the thing we're going to be using later on. Once we're not going to use Telegram in the future, we're going to go onto our own platform where I can customize it, make it however I want. Don't have to have Telegram tell me what to do. Congrats to someone who got the trade journal. Ali Ahmed just got the trade journal. Awesome, awesome. Um, can I have your number to teach me personal? Oh, yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. To personally teach someone, that's super, super hard to like privately teach someone, just because I have a lot of things going on. Um, even now, back from traveling, like I got a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, always keeping myself busy and doing stuff. But yeah, that's exactly why I have like the training and why a lot of it's pre-recorded. And I do update it just to make sure that it's good, it's like up to date. I actually need to make another one for the kind of explaining what I explained today when it comes to the risk management, because that part's super important. People need to get that part down. But I noticed certain areas that people are having trouble with and what they're not so good in. Sometimes it's just that they're not watching some of the training that I have already, or they're not fully understanding it. Yeah. Is there a future meetup in Los Angeles? There definitely will be. It's just we kind of need this whole COVID thing to calm down just a bit more. It's looking to get better, but we still need some more time. Um, I was gonna pop something up here. Uh, yeah, it was this thing here. It was actually I was thinking about this earlier. How we had like the Beverly Hills training, and then we had some of you guys went to the Market Mastermind event in the Las Vegas mansion. Uh, yeah. Someone said, "How can I buy this shirt?" So if you go onto the Shop for Investors website, um, you can get the shirts here. Now, my favorite shirt over all of these is the Investor Black one. It's pretty damn cool. I wear this one all the time. I actually need to reorder some new ones because I don't have them in stock. What happens is there's There's like a printing company where they print out the shirts. They print out the shirts and they send it out. So I don't have like a full amount in a warehouse. Some people might think that, but yeah, this company that manages it for me, they do that part. Um, but yeah, the black one's pretty nice. I haven't had the red one just yet. I'm sure the blue one's pretty nice. All of these are pretty nice. These are my favorite ones. And also it's like Euro USD in the investor logo. So I think that's pretty cool because we're in the Forex industry. So yeah, you can see actually have it in this picture right here, the Lamborghini. Uh, this one's pretty cool too, but I use this one mainly for like pajamas. The MMA logo one's pretty cool. We have face masks as well if you guys want to invest in your health. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna be getting off here, you guys. I appreciate you guys for being here. I know we started at 7 o'clock. It's almost 2 hours, and we're watching the debate for a while. But yeah, glad to have you guys here. And I'm gonna be posting this on the on YouTube very soon. Actually, right after this, I'm just gonna instantly post it right away. So, you guys have a good night. We'll talk to you guys later next Tuesday. We'll see you guys there. Peace.